All right. So tonight was AEW's Dynamite overall. Pretty good show. Pretty good show for the most part. But we're going to kick off with the AEW International Championship match. Orange Cassidy defending his championship against Bandino. And to be honest with you, I had a slight feeling in my stomach that Bandino was somehow, some way going to win the championship and defeat Orange Cassidy, considering the run he's been on. But Orange Cassidy, some way or another, pulled off the W, and him and Bandino, I thought, had a pretty good matchup. I could see why Tony Khan and AEW decided that it would be best if they open the show tonight because, as the opening match, you got to get the crowd excited. You got to get the crowd pumped up for the rest of the show. And I do think Orange Cassidy and Bandino did exactly do that. Dax Hardwood took on Jeff Jarrett. I thought this was a solid match here. Jeff Jarrett still looking good, obviously after all these years, man. And I thought he looked good with Dax Hardwood tonight. But yeah, I thought this was a solid match between both guys from their respective tag teams for the most part. So yeah. Now we did hear from the new TNT champion Wardlow, him and Arn Anderson talking about his win over obviously Powerhouse Hobbs last week on Dynamite. Of course, I believe we saw Luchasaurus and them come out. So it seems like they're really setting it up. Wardlow versus Luchasaurus, considering that Double or Nothing is a couple of weeks away. Don't be surprised that that match gets made official for Double or Nothing, or if maybe the Wednesday after Double or Nothing or the Wednesday before. Just don't be surprised if that match does not get announced like before that time period. So yeah. Now, let's get to some of the big stuff that happened on the show tonight. Now, Sammy Guevara took on Darby Allin. This was the finals of this whole Pillars tournament. MJF getting involved. It was a pretty good match, I got to say, for the most part. Like, for the time they was given, I thought the match was good. The spot that Sammy did with the table with Darby, I thought that was cool. But yeah, man, MJF helping Sammy out, and Sammy Guevara gets the win due to disqualification because of Darby used the skateboard, even though we all saw he didn't. Sammy lied, cheat, and steal to win. But Tony Schiavone revealed after the match, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have ourselves a tag team match player. Next week, it's going to be, and this is from the words of Tony Khan, we're going to have Sammy and MJF team up to take on Darby and Jungle Boy. If Sammy and MJF wins, then their match is still on for Double or Nothing one-on-one. But if Darby and Jungle Boy win, that match becomes a fatal four-way, aka the Pillars four-way. So there you have it there. And I like the nice little backstage interaction. MJF and Sam were leaving. MJF was like, "Bro, you can't come. Like, I gotta go. You can't come with me." And Sammy's like, "What are you talking about? Like, let's go in the car." And MJF's like, "Bro, like the car's full." And the camera zooms in the vehicle, and there's literally no one in the back seat. I thought that was a little funny. Obviously, MJF using Sammy, which we all knew. Like, come on, we all knew MJF. He's the devil. He'll do anything to keep the Triple B. But speaking of Tony Khan, I think it's only right I talk about this. Tony Khan made an announcement. The Owen Cup tournaments is coming back, and I'm pretty sure I may be wrong here that the finals is taking place. What did he say? Like this June, I think. I think he said this June. I think on a Saturday, which I believe sets the terms of AEW Collision. It confirms the show AEW Collision is happening. But yeah, the Owen Cup tournament is coming back, and hopefully this time the winners are actually good enough. Last year, Adam Cole, Britt, I felt like them winning didn't really do anything. If I'm being honest with you, like it didn't help both of them. Like it won't. And then they were heels, so it was kind of like, you got two heels being presented a trophy. I mean, yeah, But speaking of Adam Cole, he cut a promo tonight basically calling out Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho did not come out. He sent his little boy toys, aka the JS Society, to do his dirty work for him. And Orange Cassidy and Bandino did come out to help Adam Cole. But as we saw, Roderick, and you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because I was like, while I'm watching Adam Cole get beat up, I'm watching Orange Cassidy get beat up, I'm watching Bandito get beat up. I'm like, all right, there's a I don't know why, but I feel like Roderick Strong's showing up. And he did. Roderick Strong, boom, his theme song plays. He comes out. Roderick Strong is officially all elite with all elite wrestling. And honestly, because everyone's like, well, how did he get out of WWE? I think WWE quietly released him. They was like, listen, we're not using the dude. He's a liability. Let's just let him go wrestle with his best friends in all elite wrestling. So I think that's what happened. They quietly released him. They just didn't say anything. But yeah, Roderick Strong is part of AEW, so hey, good for him. And obviously when Kyle comes back, they're gonna probably do a full-on Undisputed Era, even though the full Undisputed Era isn't complete without Bobby Fish, like it or not. But hey, Bobby decides he wants to do his own thing, so yeah. Jay Cargill defended her TBS title against Tyler Valkyrie. This actually was not a bad match. This was actually solid given the time they were given, and Jay wins. She rolled up because Todd couldn't use her finishing move. So Jay Cargill got the win, and she is still undefeated. But I feel like with tonight, with the way things went down, I feel like that they might do a rematch down the line. With the way, especially with the way Ty was talking with the ref, it really seemed as though, like, okay, there is a possibility that they can do a rematch, like I said, maybe before Double or Nothing or right at Double or Nothing. Let's see her going off in the background. My apologies. But they could do like a rematch down the line, something of that magnitude. I personally believe this isn't the end of Tyler Valkyrie versus Jade Cargill. The main event, The Butcher and the Blade, Kenny Omega and Konosuke Konechika. This was kind of a mid-main event, to be honest with you. Very predictable. Kenny and Konechika, we all knew they were winning. But the BCC came out. They were attacking Kenny. And then the Bucks made their return. They were attacking them. And then Konechika just weirdly gets in the ring. He's like, no, Kenny, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Kenny. And then Kenny's like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, get out of my way, bro. Like, we gotta do this, man. Like, we gotta do this. So that was, and then what was weird about that, Danielson basically was like, go do it. So Konechika might end up joining BCC later on, but who knows? The show ends with Konechika. Is he joining BCC? He didn't. He gets screwdrived and he bleeds. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the ending was kind of wacky in my honest opinion. And the ending just wasn't. I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't like, oh my god, what a ending. It was just I just didn't really care for it, to be honest with you. But like I said, overall, this was a really good episode of Dynamite. And there's more stuff I would say. I'd probably say go check out Orange Cassidy and Bandino. I'd even go check out Sammy and Darby Allin. And Roderick Strong, I think he had a pretty good debut tonight. So, yeah. Oh, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I don't want to get too long here. But I hope you guys enjoyed my Dynamite review. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling. And so,